Hello guys, we should hopefully be back now. Hello guys, we should hopefully be back now. How's it looking now? Any better? Uh, hmm. You're good now. We good? Yes, boy failure. I'm working out the kinks of the new setup. Okay? There's still a lot to figure out. It's all going swimmingly. It's just me or is John frozen? We good? Okay. Whatever is going on, shit seems to be sorting itself out. Big Apple got you. Big Apple has been an ally and a protector of this channel since day one. Okay? And I will not hear another... Look, Big Apple do not pay me the money they do to take down my streams, okay? Not that they pay me money. I did not. There's nothing there's nothing going on. You can trust everything I say. I think it's just that I haven't had a delicious ice cold crisp apple in a couple of minutes, and it's making me loopy. Okay, let me see here. Let me just get the word out to Discord, and we'll get going properly here in a second, chat. Oh my, oh my. Okay, hopefully that's all better. Yeah, technical difficulties, chat. Who would have thunk it? So basically, there's been a lot of technical difficulties on the streams lately, as some of you may have noticed, which is why I reinstalled Windows, and that's actually seemed to have fixed most shit, which is great. But it has unfortunately meant all my settings and shit have been reset. So please bear with me while I get that sorted out. We will absolutely get that sorted out. Mighty Greg Doge, thank you for the bits. Nixel Yoop, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it, my friend. And good stuff. Okay. Hello from Egypt. Big fan and love your content and streams. Thank you, Ahmed Sudki. I appreciate it. Thank you. Looks like we should. We're did you download some suspicious music.ex files? I want to say no, but I mean, I don't know any other way to listen to music in 2025 than downloading them from torrent sites.
At Super iPatchwolf, if you had a chance to pick a book to be animated, which book would you choose and what studio would you like to see producing it? Also, John keeps up the good work, dude. Everyone here respect you for losing to lesbians in a video game and promoting Tekken.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
I'm thinking of a few times
Almost 2 years, Alex and Clap.
I'm thinking of a couple of times I actually... Oh, God. I was trying to think, like, when did I lose to lesbians in video games? And then I remembered one story, and then I remember another story where we're talking... And then I realized you were talking about Kathy. But, so one of my best friends in the whole world is Sudden Mango. Some of you kind of might know her from Twitter. And Sudden Mango is a lesbian, which is what makes her come into mind for that comment. But also, she's like one of those people. She's like one of those people who is like, she doesn't think it. She's fucking freakishly good at video games. Like any game she turns her mind, any like game she kind of turns her attention to, she will like learn all these like weird little exploits and all this kind of stuff. Thank you for the raid, Art B Chozo. And I always remember the moment I realized it, and it was when I kind of thought that she'd like Devil May Cry 5. And so I was like, dude, you should play this. It's like pretty cool. And she was like, okay, cool. And then after she beat the game, she was like, oh, I'll try Bloody Palace. And at the time, I had been enjoying Bloody Palace as well. And I remember we were at a party, and I was like, oh, no way, you're playing Bloody Palace? Like, what floor are you on? And she was like, 70. And at the time, I'd only made it to floor 60. And this is after a lifetime of me playing character action games, and this being her first character action game. And I was like, what? Like, how? And then I was like, wait, I think I know how she did this. How many health upgrades did you use? And she looks at me, and this is one of the most devastating things anyone's ever said to me. She looks at me and she goes, oh, you can upgrade your health? How do you do that? That's fuck you. Like, I know no harm was intended. I know nothing was like intentionally hurtful. But fuck you. Yeah. So the getting destroyed by lesbians happens in real life, not just Dokapon. Yeah, no, she is a monster. She didn't even heal. No, I don't. You felt like Vegeta in that moment. I feel like Vegeta a lot in that specific relationship. She just has like a way of like, whatever we do, she will usually get one over on me, and it's kind of infuriating. I'd actually really like to get Sudden Mango on stream sometime. I think she's been getting into Silent Hill, and I think it'd be really fun to like play on here. Because remember the stream a couple of weeks ago where we had Brian on, and God, I had such a fucking fun time that stream, guys. Like, it was really fun to kind of, I don't know, just to stream with someone, because I don't do that a whole lot. But right now, the way the studio is working out, we should have like a little stream space over there, so I can like have a couch. But I think even if I don't have a couch, I would just like to start, having people over once in a while.
Hi John, what are your thoughts on Invincible versus?
Yeah, look, I think it looks cool. I actually think I kind of am a bit more interested in that than I am the Marvel Tokon game. But ultimately, for me, team fighters just aren't my shtick. I like to pick one character and get really good at them. And if I pick a second character, I want that to be a silly, goofy thing. I don't want to I don't really have much interest in learning multiple characters and then tagging between them and synergizing, because my brain can't make that a story anymore. Now I don't know what's happening. Why aren't they all just fighting on the one? It looks cool. It's not really my kind of game. That said, I'll probably check it out. I'll probably check them both out, honestly. Do like the great. Thank you for the subscription. CEO Rabudas. Thank you for the subscription. Pluto Expanded. Thank you for the subscription. Did you see the Muppet Punch game? Yes, I did. Looks cool. Super Eye Patch Wolf got defeated by people in real life. How are you feeling about the upcoming Hunter x Hunter fighting game? I think it probably stood a way better chance a month ago before the Marvel game and the Invincible game. I'm definitely going to play it. We'll probably find a way to play it with Wooly, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, I wish it looked a bit nicer, I guess is what I'd say. Like, I think it looks kind of it looks semi decent, you know. Um, the animation in Invincible looked very rough to me. I don't know how the early game development though. So I felt like the animation. I don't think the animation looked too bad, but they were doing that thing where it was on like twos and threes as opposed to ones, which is really interesting for a fighting game. But I don't know. We'll see. Um, I'm probably not going to watch the Silent Hill stream. I kind of want to experience it myself sometime. Go for it. Um, is that a new video? Is imminent, Beard? Man, yes. I'm gonna talk about it in a little bit, but yeah. So, uh, shit's busy. Shit's really really busy at the moment, and yeah. No, I'll get into that in a little bit. Uh, Wild call out. I mean, accurate call out. It's fair. You guys know me well enough. It's always weird to me when people call this a beard though, because this to me isn't a beard. This is just not shaving for a little bit. Um, John, I've been watching Modern Family, and Phil really reminds me of you. Oscar B, that's kind of sweet. I like Phil a lot. Is it the Or Truth wrestling video finally? No, it's not. Natty's my Garn. Don't know that I would have much interest in making that. I like Or Truth. I appreciate him. I think he's very funny, but I think he's also one of those wrestlers who everyone's like, if they just gave him a shot, and I don't know that we have enough evidence of that personally. I'm getting a little too much pink. Better. That's what beards are, not shaving for a while. I guess beards to me imply something that could be combed. This is still firmly in the realm of stubble. Also, like, not covering WWE for a long, long time, and probably only after that company rejigs things a bit. Okay, here's what it is. WrestleMania, the main event, broke my heart. I was so in, lads. I was so in to WWE. I was really, really feeling the storyline on the run up to Mania. I thought it was going to be a historic Mania. I was picturing the John Cena video that I was going to one day make. I was going to finally work in that big Bray Wyatt section. I was going to spend like 10 fucking minutes on the Firefly Funhouse. And that Mania main event is like one of the most creatively bankrupt things I think I have ever seen. So, okay, I'm going to explain this to you. If you're a non-WWE fan, if you're a non-wrestling fan, I'm going to explain this whole main event to you and how it played out, okay? So, on one side, you had Cody Rhodes. And if you want a full explanation on Cody Rhodes and why he's important and why he's a big deal, go check out my last WWE video. On the other, you have John Cena. And already you have these two monster baby faces. And I personally like when WrestleMania is like a war of two monster baby faces. It's fun. It's interesting. It's cool. And it's... But then, the thing you got to understand about John Cena is he's this person who for 23 years, when he joined WWE, he was nobody. He was known as like the prototype or something like that. And his gimmick was that he had muscles. You know, his gimmick was that he's a big jack dude. And he does not do well. Nobody takes to him. The fans aren't reacting to him. He's not having good storylines. His promos kind of suck. And he is about to be fired, right? And Then one day, Stephanie McMahon, daughter of Vince McMahon, hears John Cena rapping on a bus, on the tour bus. This is in real life. This actually happened, okay? And she said, "You should try that gimmick. You should do that in the ring. That's the kind of shit you should be doing." And so then he does. He becomes the doctor of thugonomics. And then he kind of, the war in Iraq goes into overdrive, and he kind of becomes like a kind of marine jarhead saluting dude. But whether he's the doctor of thugonomics coming out with the jorts or the kind of more army John Cena dude, he becomes the guy. Okay, he becomes the guy. The undisputed main character in WWE. He wins 99% of his matches. He supermans his way through any enemies, and like he buries people. The Spirit Squad, the Nexus, all these big bad guy factions get destroyed by John Cena. He's Superman. He's Super Cena. You know, this is where the meme comes from. Cena wins, lol. This is where it's from, right? And if you watch my Roman Reigns video, the same thing is happening. The kids love John Cena. The ladies, not so much. I don't think he has like the same appeal as Roman Reigns in that regard. But he's like an action figure of a man, you know? And jaded hardcore wrestling fans like me fucking hate him. I hated John Cena so much that he tapped out Sabu, the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, that's his thing, Sabu, and I watch Sabu tap out to John fucking Cena, and I stop watching wrestling for like a decade. I think an actual decade. And during this whole time, he's getting booed. All this shit's happening, right? And everyone's just like, if the audience hates you so much, you should just turn heel. You should just turn heel. Like, it's that simple, you know? And he never does. He never does. He stays as Superman. He stays as like this just central force of wrestling and this merchandising machine. They bring out the spinner belt, and it's like, you know, the kids love it. Like, I can't imagine how much merchandise John Cena was moving in his prime. And he never turns heel, but there's like interesting storylines that start to come around it, right? You have Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt's whole thing is, I'm going to take John Cena and I'm going to bring him to the dark side. And so you start to see WWE play with this kind of heel Cena storyline, and Cena doesn't give in, and he stays good, and all this kind of stuff. And it gets to the point where they actually develop John Cena into a heel, and it was the gimmick, I don't know much about it, but it was Fear His Name, and he was going to have a wrestling singlet, and he was going to be completely different. They never pulled the trigger on it because I think Cena is just too lucrative. We had heel John Cena on Total Bellas. Oh, that is a whole different thing. So anyway, years go by. Cena, his time comes and goes. Reigns comes in. Reigns becomes the guy very dubiously until he actually becomes the guy. And it brings us to WrestleMania. And Cena loses at the Royal Rumble. But he wins at Elimination Chamber, which is the only other way to kind of hotshot your way into the main event of WrestleMania. And after the match, The Rock comes in, and The Rock is now like the CEO of, in real life, the CEO of WWF. Or like the fucking, he has some massive title, like he's part of the board of the directors, blah, blah, blah. And The Rock says to Cody, who's come out to the ring to congratulate Cena that the two of them are going to face each other at Mania. He says, Cody, I want your soul. And Cody tells Rock, fuck off, or go fuck yourself. He actually says, go fuck yourself. And it's awesome. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Um and then it happens. John Cena turns heel after 23 years of being this good, positive baby face. He turns heel, and and he attacks Cody, and they beat the shit out of Cody. For some reason, Travis Scott is there. I don't know who Travis Scott is. I don't fucking care. I can go the rest of my life without knowing who Travis Scott is. I just don't give a shit. Okay, I don't care. When he came down to the ring, Michelle was like, "That's Travis Scott," and I was like, "The lad from Blink 182?" And she was like, "No, that's Travis Barker." And I was like, "So you're telling me Travis Barker isn't married to one of the Kardashians?" And Michelle was like, "No." And I was like, "Wait, no." She was like, "No, he is, but Travis Scott." Look, I don't care. It's not the point. I don't know, but Travis Scott is there for some reason. Tiny man, very small, and okay. Everything else about it's great. Don't know why that little dude's there, but sure, whatever. And so you get to Mania. You get to the main event. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And I am hyped to fucking shit for this main event. I can't wait. I can't wait to see like what, because The Rock did this thing where he's been counting down 3, 2, and I think 1 is going to come at Mania, and there's going to be some other big twist, right? There's going to be some other big, massive twist at Mania. And John Cena and Cody are wrestling. And you know what? It's not the greatest match in the world. It's not wonderful. I think Cena, and I say this with all the respect in the world, because like at this point, I actually have an immense respect for John Cena, that I got long before he ever turned heel. I think in his later years, that dude did some incredible work. I think he put over so many like awesome talent, so many other younger awesome talent like Kevin Owens and AJ Styles and all this stuff. But I don't think he's really able to work at like a main event WrestleMania level anymore. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So the match is going on. It's okay. And then the music hits, and that Travis Scott song starts playing. And Travis Scott walks down to the ring, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, so The Rock's also going to come down to the ring, and then they're going to reveal what the one thing is. Like they're going to do the next storyline in this whole thing." And I'm fucking pumped. Yeah, Michelle, let's go. Michelle's like, "Okay, please don't shake me so hard." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I forget how small you are." And what happens is that Travis Scott helps John Cena win the match. That's it. The Rock doesn't appear. The storyline goes nowhere. Like the storyline is just like, "Hey, John Cena's gonna win the belt by being bold," and then he does. And I was stunned. I was so shocked. Like, if you watched my video on Reigns and you saw the layers of fucking storytelling that went into the previous year's main event, this...
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
I tuned in at an interesting time of what I've missed in wrestling. What the heck was Travis Scott doing there?
I know. And, so Travis Scott and it's like, there's no story. Like, the story is that, oh, John Cena's bold now. But, like, we've been doing that. You know, we've already had that. And I'm so fucking stunned. And if you're on my Patreon, patreon.com/super_eyepatchwolf, you can read my wrestling review. It's clever because it's wrestling with a W or, and then the W or the or in review is also a W or. That's the kind of high level shit that you'll gain access to over at the Super Eye Patch Wolf Patreon. Um, and it's so. I first rated the match a 3, and then later I went back and rated it a 2, and then later I changed the match to 1 star because I genuinely think that match is the turning point for where creatively I am not interested in whatever the fuck WWE is peddling right now. And I say this as someone who, like, I want competition in wrestling. I don't want to just like New Japan. I don't just want to look like, I just don't just want to like AEW. I want all the promotions to be strong. I want wrestlers to have options, and I want wrestlers to be able to go places. Like, tribalistic mentality doesn't come into it for me with WWE, but I don't know how you look at that main event, this fucking, like, centerpiece of the entire year, and be like, this isn't a company with inherent systemic creative problems. And it sucks. It fucking sucks, because, like, I want to like WWE, but, like, they're doing a bunch of other shit. Like, the Saudi shit, I'm not on board with. The Trump shit, not on board with. You know, it's like, God fucking damn it, WWE. Like, give me a reason to keep caring. And it can't just be Rhea Ripley, okay? Can't just be Rhea Ripley. They have Thekla over on AEW right now. The competition for the muscle mommy scene is heating up. All right. To be fair, I'll say the Cena retirement story is heating up with the CM Punk feud. So look, I get it. I saw Cena's. I saw the reverse pipe bomb, and it did nothing for me. It really did nothing for me. Like, I just felt like a big part of my problem with modern era CM Punk and every storyline he's in is this constant, like, hey, remember the pipe bomb? Wasn't that awesome 10 years ago? And it's like, yes, the pipe bomb was awesome. One of the undisputed greatest moments in all of wrestling. Shut the fuck up about it, you know? And so I just feel at a loss with WWE. And then, like, you know, you're hearing reports as well that this is an internal power struggle between The Rock and Triple H and all this kind of stuff. And, like, whether there is or not, it sure feels like there is. But yeah, that's my take on WWE. And it's also coming at a point where I will say AEW is better than it's been in years right now. AEW has actually been incredibly solid, making some great television. The last pay-per-view was a fucking banger as well. AEW is doing it, and I'm happy, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have a whole lot right now, you know. But yeah. Mary Ellen Katz, with how into you are into fighting, did you ever get into Megalobox, the mecha assisted boxing anime? I didn't, because I don't know. Like, I watched the first episode, and it didn't really do anything for me. But I don't know. I don't understand. I don't like the idea that we need mecha arms to box. Can we not train our muscles and become stronger ourselves? It's just kind of a little, like, antithetical to what I like about martial arts. Mary Ellen Chance, give it a cats. There's so much other stuff I'd like. I think I'd prefer to give a shot than to Megalobox. I know what it does. I know the thing it does. I still don't know that I'm going to give a shit about it. Um, that's the whole point of the show. Yeah. Okay, here Fox also raises a good point. Fox Kids in the chat here. My biggest issue with Megalobox is I could just watch Epo. Like, are people saying to me that Megalobox is better than Epo? That's literally the premise of the show, John. I know the twist. I know what happens in it. It just, but like, okay, so like, look, fuck it. The premise, as far as I understand it, the twist of Megalobox is he stops using the mechanized arms, right? And so he's just fighting everyone else with mechanized arms. Um, Still, just not that interesting to me. Um, Ippo is not as romantic. It's way more matter of fact. Thomas, my friend, there are several doujinshi artists that would very much disagree with you about how romantic Ippo is. Okay, Ippo, the unrequited longing in Ippo is unlike anything I have ever experienced, and I say this as someone who is 1,300 chapters into Hajime no Ippo. Noel G. Megalobox is cool, but to be honest, every single fight seems to follow the very basic structure of, oh no, he's losing the fight. Then he has a flashback or something and starts winning for no reason. See, that is the kind of shit that I'd be kind of concerned about a little bit with it. John, will you be uploading the entire Twitch VOD since YouTube had buffering problems and missed about 30 minutes of your content? No one. I would if there was anything worthwhile in that first 30 minutes. There wasn't. It was just me being like, "Oh, I don't know what happened." We'll probably upload that YouTube bit. Okay, so guys, couple of little things I want to cover today. And the first of all is that some of you might have noticed that the stream is looking real nice, I would say. And the reason for that, well, there's a couple of reasons, but the main one is that I have finally buckled and purchased a new camera because the old one kept dying, and it kept dying at really bad moments. And after a bad episode of Versus Wolves, well, not that the episode was bad, but like we had some bad luck with the camera on the last episode of Versus Wolves, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. So I have purchased a beautiful new Panasonic Lumix S2X. And what you are seeing right now is me being shot through that lovely device through a 50mm lens, which is why we're getting this really nice like blur happening in the background here. And I know some people probably think it's too much. I'm gonna be real. I fucking love this. I love how the stream looks. I'm so goddamn happy with it right now. I've always wanted to do a stream set with like a little bit of atmosphere and a little personality, and I feel like we're getting there. My Heaven's Night sign arrived, and I think it's just so fucking sick. It's been really cool. But at some point this stream, that camera is going to die because the dummy battery is not here yet. But that's okay, because we also have... I see what happens. We also have this shitty little webcam also recording everything. This is what I look like through a €150 webcam. And this is what I look like with maybe $5,000 worth of recording equipment. I'm looking a little red though. Whatever. I'll fix it. But the thing is, the thing I'm kind of looking at here, because like I'm thinking a lot about my setup now and all the stuff I can do up here, but I think this angle is actually kind of sick. Like
Looking
it.
crispy. Dig the new look.
Thank you. I think this is actually like a really nice little composition, and I think this composition on this camera could be pretty sick. But I thought it would be kind of fun for a second to basically show you guys, like, I guess each little step in how I got the stream to kind of look like this. And I will say, I'm still learning it all myself. I'm still kind of really new to this. Like, even now I'm looking at it and there's kind of stuff I want to adjust and there's things I could definitely be doing better. But it's getting to the point where I just feel like pretty happy with how the stream is starting to look. So look, what I would like to do now is I'd like to turn everything off and switch over to the webcam and then slowly add everything back in so you can kind of see how it all comes together. Greasy Garbage Goblin, thank you for the subscription. So let me position this here a little bit. Okay, right now the stream camera is kind of on a similar-ish angle to the expensive camera. So we're gonna turn this off. So this is what I kind of look like. But now, say we turn the main light in the room on. We turn everything else off. So we kill this. Alarm Clock Fever, thank you for the gift sub. And now we kill all our lights. So this is what I look like with basically just a webcam. This is a €150 setup. This is how I appear. And clean up your floor. I'm trying to clean up my floor. Look, okay, if you people want to know what a fucking disaster I am, this is the room I'm currently in. Okay? Okay? Life's been hard. I'm figuring it out. I've hidden a lot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is a disappointment. It's mostly just shit I haven't unpacked yet, okay? Non-bisexual lighting. Look, I never said I had my shit together, chat. Okay? So then, if we switch over to the more expensive camera... So, I'm not going to say that looks better, because it kind of doesn't. But, okay. If we go back to the webcam... So...
Someone just bought a spooky t-shirt from eyepatchwolves.com. Oh, it's so scary.
Smash short pass. The concept of monetary inflation.
Or what? Oh, pass? I don't know. But now, so if we turn those lights on, that's actually looking like a little bit better. Like, the screen is still super washed out. The detail sucks. There's no clarity. Like, it's not great. Let me turn the rim light off for a second. But I think, like, that's kind of a testament to decent lighting will get you a lot of the way there. Like, if you... I think there's nearly an argument to be made that, like, lighting is nearly a better investment than a camera in a lot of situations. I could be dead wrong about that. I don't know. But yeah. So now, if we add in the good camera, and now we're starting to look like a lot more professional. I think maybe the darks are a little too blurred. And so if we dial this in a little bit and we kill that horrible skylight. Okay. Okay, now we're starting to look nice. We have some nice separation from the background. We we got some stuff going on here. Yeah? That is the beard of a man who doesn't have his life together. Buddy, you don't know how right you are. Um but like
That's right, boys.
right now the
Mondo
background
cool.
is looking kind of
I love the Heaven's Night neon sign. Did you make a commission for it?
so Tarnish Sarah, I will get to the sign in just a moment. But like right now, like it does just look like I am basically streaming in a spare bedroom, right? Like it's not there's no kind of atmosphere to it, there's no real personality. But we can fix that first with these little lights. And now that's looking kind of interesting. That's looking pretty dope. I kind of like that. Um, like they're surprisingly powerful little lights. Those are only like €70. They're look. I'll show you what they are. They're just basically two little plastic lights here. And they're not the greatest things in the world. Like they're okay. They're fine. But like they provide something, okay? But now if we add in the Heaven's Night sign, now that's fucking cool. Like that I think that just looks genuinely so sick. Yeah, someone was asking Tarnish Sarah. I did have this commissioned. It's actually a pretty big sign, and I have a bunch of I have a bunch of like it can do like a bunch of different effects and stuff. And so like this is starting to look pretty nice now, I would say. I think the only problem is because I'm being okay, I'm going to switch over here so you can see the actual lights I'm being lit by. So if I take the webcam and just break, I don't want to pull it out too much, but basically these are the lights above that are currently lighting me. They're these huge big lights, and they have these big softeners. Basically, this thing here, this is like a fabric thing, and what this does is diffuses the actual light. And so it when it lands on me, it's kind of all like soft and nice. So that's the deal there. And but the problem now is that right now I am being lit by these two big lights, which are like behind the area you can see. They're like in front of me. And what it means is that I'm completely separated from the background right now, and we're getting that like green screen effect. You know what I mean? It like even though like my background is nice right now, it kind of looks like I'm on a green screen, right? Like it doesn't really look like I'm inhabiting this environment. Like watch how when I go into the back now, then it looks like I'm in that environment because I'm being lit by the same lights. But we're not getting that right now, and that is what the rim light is for. So if I turn on the rim light, up, and now the look is completed. Now I think we're really looking just very sharp and very nice. Let me just turn that a little more this way. Okay. Because now, so what I like about this is that it looks like the pink from this sign here, is shining on my head. But in actuality, what you are seeing is this giant fucking light. This huge big lightsaber of a thing. and that is actually what's shining light on me. But it kind of creates the illusion that the sign behind me is, and I think that's so cool because I think it helps like develop like a little bit of a sense of place. Like it ties me to the background in a way that I like a lot. Um, you absolutely don't need to go to this level to like have a nice stream setup. And like again, this is a setup that I have been building for years. You know, I have slowly been piecing together like different parts of it. And if you are starting out and have a stream setup, I would say the big thing to focus on is just like a nice light setup. That is going to do so much for you in terms of just like getting like learn about 3-point lighting, learn about your key light, your fill light, all that kind of stuff. Go to the fundamentals, and it's going to seem basic and it's going to seem simple, but only when you understand that shit can you start getting fancy with it. Daniel Axe, now clean your room. No! That's not what this is about! The hardest part was buying a house. The hardest part was buying the house this is set in. Absolutely. Can you change the color of the pink light just to make shit weird? I can absolutely do that. We can get green. We can go kind of yellowy. We can get very blue-ish. But I think I like the pink. I think the pink creates like a nice contrast with the background, but also ties me into the background. I think I like a hotter pink than that as well. Giving me flashbacks to my photography and film classes. It makes complete sense, and I appreciate your thoughts on putting together your lights. Thanks, man. I hope people find this somewhat interesting, and it's not me just rambling. And just again, to be super clear, I am not like an expert on any of this shit. I'm still very much like figuring it out. But I would say like what we have at the moment is like a 1.0 of what I want this studio to be. Obviously, I'm going to clean it up so that people can't see what a fucking human train wreck I am. You know, but like I mean, I love this angle. Like you see with the way it kind of frames me in this like triangle. I think that's really cool. And like if we can like decorate the whole backgrounds, so like it, you know, there's cool lighting kind of going on over the place, and then shoot it from here with a nice camera. I think that's going to be sick as fuck, you know? And
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Nanny the shit, thank you for the subscription. And I like it because I think like no matter what I do, if I'm putting shit online, I want it to be creative. I want it to have thought gone into it, and I want it to create an atmosphere and give a feeling. And right now, what I kind of love about this is it does just feel a little bit like I'm streaming from Heaven's Night in Silent Hill, and that's all I've ever wanted. John, what will you do about the Garfield costume in the corner of the Demon Zone? I don't know what you're talking about. Will you be at Luca Comics in October? Joe Durr? Yes, I will. Yes, I will indeed. I have an announcement that I can't make just yet, but I will be making it in 2 weeks when the new 1.5-hour video comes out. So yeah, that's my lighting setup. I hope people enjoyed that. It was really fun to explain. Okay, on to announcement number 2. Okay, so look, this isn't like a big deal, and I don't want people to freak out, and I don't want people to worry. It's just a little thing, but basically, I'm gonna be taking a break from streaming for the month of July. Long story short, I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I don't have enough time to take care of myself, as the facial hair may have told you. And so something kind of really had to give, because right now, like, I'm working on the channel, streams, podcasts, 2 mystery projects which are taking up a lot of time, one of which I'll be announcing in 2 weeks. And it kind of just got to the point now where I can feel myself like getting shitter to be around, like in real life. Like I feel like I'm a worse friend. I feel like I'm a worse husband. I feel like the candle has kind of been burning at both ends, to use a cliche, for a little while now. And I just need a little bit of breathing room. And I've kind of gone back over it a couple of times. And I think these streams are kind of the things that I just need to pull back on. Just for the month of July until I can get some shit under control. And then once that is done, I'll be back first week of August, and we will pick up things again. I love doing the streams. I have no plans to stop doing the streams. I just need a little break. Just need a little break to just be able to refocus some things and kind of decide like what I want to do with the streams going forward. Because like, you know, we've built up a really awesome little community, and I don't just want to keep running on fumes. Like I want to come at streams from like a more creative place. I don't want to do weirder, bigger streams, and I think I need something to fill that gap.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
As a big fan of your streams, I support you taking time out and looking after yourself. Enjoy it.
Thank you, long lost lasers. I appreciate that. So just people asking about Versus Wolves. Versus Wolves is not going to be affected. We're going to keep going with Versus Wolves exactly the same. Video stuff is not going to be affected. There should be a new hour-and-a-half video dropping. I'm going to give you guys a 2-week ballpark. 2-week ballpark doesn't mean 2 weeks, but it doesn't mean a million miles from that either. There's also going to be a big announcement in that video for a project I am working on, that I think will be of interest to anyone who digs my shit. So yeah, I'll be back in August. And for what it's worth, on the channel regular iPatch Wolf, we should still have content going up nearly the entire month. We're going to use the time to finally put together the best of Dokapon, which is long overdue. And yeah, I'm also going to use the time to take.
Right, boys. Mondo cool.
I'm also going to use the time to take a trip.
Thank you for being the kind of content creator who takes a break when you need to. I will miss you, but taking care of yourself and your loved ones is always a bigger priority than entertaining us. You made a good choice.
Thank you, Trekkie140. That actually really means a lot. But yeah, it's like, I think for a couple of weeks, for a little while now, I have just been like working just crazy fucking hours again, in a way that like I kind of, you know, promised myself I wouldn't before. And if I'm gonna be like really 100% honest, you know, the situation with the dog back in March, or I don't even know when that was now. That kind of broke my heart, and I think I tried to work my way through those feelings, as in like, okay, video essay my way through those feelings, and that was not good. So yeah, I just need things to like ease up just for a month, and then I'll be back doing these streams again. I don't know when the stream will be, but it will be the first week of August. But yeah, listen, I always want to just be, you know, as transparent as I possibly can be with this stuff. And it sucks, and like I'm gonna miss it. Like I'm gonna miss streaming, but I you kind of gotta just do what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, I really appreciate people's understanding. Have you ever tried stuffing your negative emotions deep down? I did. It never works. Someone, thank you for picking up some merch at iPatchRolls.com. I appreciate it. Oh, Have I missed something there? No, I think you're okay. I see everyone. I see some people concerned. Oh, there seems to be a competition in chat. Exclamation point enter if you want to pick up. I think some iPad Tools merch. I'm guessing was what's happening. Yeah. So I see some people asking, will Fox be getting some time off as well? Absolutely not. Over my I want to state this emphatically and clearly. Over my dead fucking body. Okay. You want to know part of the reason Foxcade is the editor for this channel? So I can drain the fucking life from his bones. Okay? And when he is a withered husk, when Fox is not but calcium and iron, I will fly to Montreal. I will stand over him and he will be like, did I do a good job, John? And I'll look him in his eye sockets and I will whisper, no. But yeah, I'll be back in August. I'm guessing you only told the story on the podcast about the dog. No, I think I talked about it on stream before as well. The TLDR is I fostered a dog a while ago with the intention of like keeping her, but like unfortunately she was just like she just needed a more experienced home than we could provide. Like she was a really really troubled dog, and it just couldn't help her as much as I wanted to. But yeah, and like, you know, I'm not going to talk about it until I kind of, you know, have a dog and I feel like it's working good. But like, just to be clear, the intention is still to adopt a dog and like a kind of a rescue dog, because I think that shit's super important. Don't know when, but that is still the goal. I still, at some point, I am going to raise up a little dog into this stream, and that is how you will know that I have a dog. And I am so excited for that day. Evangelish Fox, you need to get out of here there, buddy, please. No, don't feel bad for Fox, okay? Fox knows what he did. Yeah. But that said, we are still going to do today's stream as per normal. We're still going to hang out for the next, I don't know how long. Someone, thank you for picking up some merch at iPatchWolves.com. I appreciate the hell out of it. Harshly critical. Just get 2 cats. That's... I don't know. I love the idea that two cats equates to a dog. That's really funny. Will today be Look Outside, John? We're going to do Look Outside. We're going to do Planet Fan Art. And we're also going to do a little section I prepared earlier. Some of you may have seen that I think there was an article. I think it was from the Times. I don't fucking know. There was an article released for the 100 best... the 100 best... movies of the century so far. And I thought that was a really interesting idea for a list. I didn't read it because I don't particularly care. But in my own hubris, I did assemble my own list of top 10 movies of the century so far. And we are going to go through that. I'm going to put on a little Let's say we get some music going here, chat, while we do this. I think maybe some... I kind of... What kind of music do you guys feel like listening to? Maybe some fogcore? Some Silent Hill fogcore? MF Doom. Preferably something that will not get me demonetized. Mega Drive's pretty good. John, I can't handle opinions this early in the morning. Oh, there's going to be some opinions. Elecman, thank you for the $5 super chat. So, John, now that you finally had time to finish the Versus Rules episode, I gotta ask, have you caught up with Gav? Because it only goes up from here. Elecman, I'm gonna get butt deep in it. That's something people say, right? Butt deep. I'm gonna get butt deep in it in today's episode of Versus Wolves and all your Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking. You know what? Do you guys know about the absolute, like, I'm not going to call it a banger because it's not really a banger. It's more a vibe. But do you guys know about the best Resident Evil save room music that no one fucking knows? Have you guys heard the save room music for Resident Evil Dead Aim? Okay. Guys, check this shit. Okay, so I want to acknowledge some things here, right? There's a lot of great save music in Resident Evil. Lot of great Resident Evil 4, unbelievable. Original remake of 1, unbelievable. So good. Throw that shit in the fucking garbage, cause listen to this. It's not playing, is it? Okay. Turned up. You guys should be able to hear it. Eurothug uses this song in her videos sometimes. That's the only place I know it from, haha. Okay, Eurothug stole it from me, and I stole it from Thor High Heels, okay? That's how this works. Napoleon Blown Apart also stole it from me. YouTube is an industry of thieves! Team Ghost Rider, thank you for the 10 pound super chat. John, are you going to brand the new dog and call them Little Jacket Weather? Given what became of Little Jacket Weather, probably not. Probably not. Anyway, this is our music for this is our music for my top 10 for my top 10 films of the 21st century. I'm just double checking here that these are in order. Before I show them on screen and humiliate myself. Okay, they're not playing in order, which means I gotta figure something out here. Give me one moment, chat. We'll get this shit sorted. Oh, these are completely out of order. Congratulations, Distortion Hearts. You have won a frog tea. Well done, buddy. Okay, new plan. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, we're gonna switch over. Hopefully everything doesn't break massively. Everything has broken massively. Fantastic. Okay, this is my desktop. This is some random anime lady. I don't know who it is. Okay. My top 10 films of this century. Number 10. Spring Breakers. Okay, if you guys have never seen this film, this poster probably doesn't give the best impression of it. Spring Breakers is a fucking lunatic nightmare fever dream where a bunch of girls become murderers on spring break, and it's fucking awesome. I remember just sitting there in the cinema and just like looking up at it, and I kind of felt like I was in a coma. I felt like it was just so good. Satire. No, unfortunately, guys. If you think that this is a controversial pick, just wait till we get further down this list. I love Spring Breakers. It's just, I think, a fucking bizarre and insane movie. Number 9. We have Red Motherfucking Line. Red Line is just... I mean, look, I've done a video on Red Line. It's just one of the best movies. It's just one of the best animated movies of all time. The game, so it's about racing. I don't give a fuck about racing. I don't care about racing. It doesn't matter. There is nothing that looks like Redline. There is nothing that feels like Redline. Redline is just one of the most singular and unique animated movies of all time. I don't know who the fuck they thought they were making it for. I don't know what their target audience was. It doesn't matter. This is a film for no one, and by result, a film for lunatics, and it's so incredible. It's such an amazing, amazing movie, and I never, like, I have a whole full video where I break down what's good about it, and it's so difficult to say, but just you will never see a film that looks like this. You'll never see a film that feels like this. The soundtrack, the characters, there's so much going on. It's all at once like a love story, a story about overcoming your past, a story about like a geopolitical craziness, and it's fucking immensely amazing movie. Chat, these are, so we've done number 10 and this is number 9. Number 9 is Redline. Absolutely adore this movie. A pretty uncontroversial pick. And I think this next one will probably be uncontroversial as well. Pixar's Up. Listen, I'm not the biggest Pixar fan, but even I will admit is back in the golden days when Pixar hit, they fucking hit. They were so good. And this absolutely does. This is one of just the best movies that I have ever seen. I think it's funny. I think it's heartfelt. I think so much about it is just like incredible. And I adore it. I remember when I first watched this movie, I went to see it with a friend of mine in the cinema. And afterwards, she asked me, did the film make me cry? And I was like, no, it didn't make me cry. Like, it was a good movie, but it didn't get me like that, you know? that Christmas, I sit both my parents down to watch Up, right? And I swear to God, chat, it's the opening segments. She falls on the hill. She trips on the hill. And in front of my parents, I'm in fucking tears watching that bit. It's also just an incredibly funny movie. And it's like, it's something that I really wish didn't take Pixar so long to get behind. The characters in Up look weird. Everyone looks strange and kind of fucked up like a Muppet. And I love that rather than like the kind of house Pixar style that I feel like we get every other movie. Incredible, incredible movie. Red the Baron, thank you for the subscription. Okay. That is number 8. Number 7. Tekken Kincrete. Do you guys want to know what the lowest viewed video on my entire channel is? It's a video it's a video about Tekken Kincrete, one of the best movies I have ever seen. It is so okay. If I want to cite like one thing that has maybe been like the biggest impact on like Eye Patch Wolves creatively, it's Tekken Kincrete. Tekken Kincrete is just this fucking incredible, joyous movie. It is so much fun. It is so weird. It's about these two kids, these two street kids who like live in this insane town called Treasure Town. And this is how they travel through Treasure Town. They leap over the buildings and they're nearly like superheroes. And over the course of the film, the city slowly gets gentrified and slowly starts turning into something else. And it's sad and it's heartbreaking and it's funny. And visually, it's one of the coolest fucking things you will ever see. Tekken Kincrete it's absolutely one of my favorite movies in existence, and I love it. It's actually something, now that I'm looking at it, it might be a little low on this list. I think it could maybe go a little higher, but I feel like every time you do a list like this, you invariably run into that where you're like, oh god damn, this should maybe be a little higher, like I don't know about this order. But yeah, so everything about this, like the order of this list depends on what day you ask me. Number 6, John Wick motherfucking 4. Look, wonder if John is capable of making a top 100. Neon Clay, I am working on a top 100 movies video. I am working on a top 100 movies video and a top 100 games video, and I'm hoping to have them both release in the next month. The movies video will be released to everyone. The games video will only be to patrons. So, yeah. John Wick 4 is that the surprise? Not even close. John Wick 4, for my money, is the greatest action movie of all time. It has the best action. It has the best fight scenes. I am aware The Raid exists. I am aware John Wick 2 exists. I love old kung fu movies. I just don't think that any movie I've ever seen combines aesthetic and action like John Wick 4. I have seen this movie. I went to see this movie twice in the cinema. The second time I went to see it with my dad, and he was like, John, I don't want to go see one of your fucking Japanese things or whatever. And I was like, no, Dad, this will be cool. We're gonna have a great time. We came out of that movie at midnight, and I turned to him and I go, Dad, was that not fucking awesome? And he goes, John, that was fucking awesome. 'Cause it is. Look, if you haven't seen this movie, go see it. If you ever have a chance to see it on a big screen, for the love of God, go see it. It is like nothing else you will ever see. You watched The Raid 2? I've also watched The Raid 2, sick-ass movie. And I adore John Wick 4. The very best movies on this list put me in a kind of trance that I just cannot break free from. If I start watching any random scene from John Wick 4, I will watch the whole fucking thing. It is just an incredible, incredible movie. Okay, number 5. This is going to be a controversial one. The next 3 are going to be controversial ones. It's my list, motherfuckers, okay? You are free to make your own list. I can't help that I love these movies that much. It is what it is, okay? Number 5, I know people are going to go mental at this. Shape of My Voice. Look, I saw this movie in the cinema and I absolutely fucking loved everything about it. It broke me. It broke me so fucking bad. I guess what I will say is that in a way that, like, I have never really kind of talked about too publicly, someone I know and care about a lot used to be very unwell. Used to be very unwell in a way that really, really affected their lives and really, really used to relate how they related to people and how they related to the world around them. It was impossible for me to watch this movie and not see that person I care about in these characters. And it fucking killed me. It absolutely killed me. It just really, really destroyed me. I think everything else about the film, I think it's a great soundtrack. I think it's aesthetically fucking perfect. Like, it's a gorgeous movie. I understand that there's a lot of people who say, no, you gotta read the manga. The manga's the real thing. I've read some of the manga and I really enjoyed it, but it doesn't change the fact that I adore this fucking movie so much. As someone who suffers from the troubles, Donatello, I think that might mean a different thing to an Irish person, but yeah, I feel you, buddy. This movie wrecked me. The person who did the soundtrack also did the soundtrack for Chainsaw Man. I did not know that. There is less pushback than I was expecting for this in the chat, I gotta say. And I've only watched this movie once, and that's because the next time I watch it, I want to watch it with that person that I talked about. I don't think they'll care about it as much as I do, but I kind of just want to share it with them and kind of have that moment with them. So yeah, it's a silent voice, by the way. Was there not an early translation where it was Shape of My Voice, or am I confusing that with something else entirely? Because I know it's called a silent voice, but I thought there, yeah, anyway. People love this movie. Okay, I think what I may be reacting to is like the old anime YouTube reaction to this movie, where I feel like everyone had to have a hot take on it and everyone had to say like, oh, it's actually like a bad movie. I don't know. Not like to delegitimize people if they actually don't like the movie, but I fucking loved it. The Shape of Voice is an alt title. Okay, got ya. So this is my number 5 pick. Number 4. This one's going to be controversial. This one I think will be. Motherfucking Skinamarink. I recommended Skinamarink to 2 friends, Brian and Brobex, and they were both pissed with me afterwards. They were both like, why did you recommend that? Why did you recommend that? And so here's my history with Skinamarink, right? I tried to watch Skinamarink with my wife, and we were just like, no, I'm not feeling this. We turned it off. I tried to watch it again by myself. No, I don't. Fuck whatever this is. I have no interest in this. I don't want to watch this. But this fucking movie, it stayed with me. It stayed with me so bad, right? And so a couple of months later, Michelle's out of town. I'm in the apartment by myself, and I'm like, fuck it. You know what? Let's give Skinamarink another shot. Pour myself a tall glass of whiskey. I turn off all the lights, and I sit back, and I get fucking lost in this movie. It is like a hallucinogenic experience is what I feel like this is. And during that experience, it is one of the most terrifying encounters I have ever had with a piece of media. This movie scares me so fucking badly that by the end of it, I'm like gripping my chair. I want it to end because I'm so fucking freaked out. There's a line in this movie, and it's just, now put the scissors in your eyes, and it fucked me so bad, okay? If you are going to take the plunge with this movie, don't watch it with friends. Don't watch it with a rowdy crowd. Headphones on, house empty, lights off. Just fucking let it happen. Just let the movie happen. See what you feel and just fucking come out of it. I don't think, like, I could never do an analysis on this movie that would recapture what this movie did to me. I could never do it because it's not about what the movie means. It's not about, like, the secret story of the movie. It is about how it fucking just collides with you and drags you into a fucking nightmare in a way that, like, no other movie I've ever seen has done. And there's no story. There's no characters. Well, there nearly is. So much of it is unsaid, and so much of it is, like, just shit you are going to notice while watching it. Door to house wide open. Okay, look. A loose ghost. I couldn't think of a better way to describe Skinamarink than this. Can't believe a Fisher-Price telephone made me shit myself. There you go. That's the perfect review of Skinamarink. And it's incredible. I love this movie so much. Okay. Number 2, or number 3. The number 3 movie. It's not my fault that history has not caught up with The Matrix Reloaded. Okay? It's not my fault that it hasn't had the critical re-examination that it deserves. Okay? Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about The Matrix 1, okay? The original Matrix, the 1996 movie. It's a good effort. It's a good first draft. It's a good preliminary sketch. But we only needed that to get to this. Wait, to get to this. Okay? The first Matrix is fine. It's a fine movie. It's a solid B+. But we have yet to hit S. S. Okay? Oh no, John. Look, I'm glad that they made a prequel movie to The Matrix Reloaded. It's great that it fleshes out the lore in some interesting ways. But The Matrix Reloaded is real, man! The Matrix Reloaded could happen! Hold up, The Matrix is a masterpiece. No argument! The Matrix is solid. But what if we made something that was a better Matrix movie than The Matrix? You'd make the Matrix Reloaded 100 Smiths, chat. 100 Smiths. That man had werewolves and vampires in his mansion. The cake made the lady orgasm. John is completely insane. Maybe. Maybe. But guess what? You all watch. You could turn this off at any moment. But you choose not to. Because while you do not agree with me, on some level, on some primordial level, you feel that something real is happening here. And it is one person's unrestrained love of the third best movie of the 21st century. What about Revelations, though? It's fine. It's okay. It's grand. Number 2. I feel like this is going to be controversial as well. My number 2 favorite movie of the 21st century. Yes, I disagree, but it makes me feel so alive. P.S. Knights, that means more to me than if you agreed. Number 2, Evangelion 2.0. I understand the reasons why some people don't like this movie. To me, this is so much of what I love about Evangelion, just compressed into 2 hours. I think this is a joyous movie. I think it's a fucking gorgeous movie. I love everything about it. It captures so much of what I love about Evangelion. And Evangelion, look, if you ask me on the right day, Evangelion is going to be my favorite movie my favorite piece of media of all time. It's going to be a toss-up between that and Berserk, and maybe like 1 or 2 others, but on the right day, Eva is my favorite piece of media, and I think this movie is a fucking immaculate compression of it. Bro, oh brother. I disagree, but I get it. Look, that's all I'm asking. All I'm asking, chat, is for you to open your soul just for a moment, so you can see where I'm coming from with some of these. And with Evangelion, I remember, like, I watched it in the Lighthouse Cinema in Dublin. And it was the first time I'd ever seen anime on a big screen in Dublin, and I had never seen Evangelion 2.0 before, and I saw it with Michelle, and it was one of those moments where I was just so fucking delighted to be able to share this thing I love so much with her. And I adored it. I absolutely adored it. I think this movie is a compressed distillation of everything that is amazing about Eva. You have the teenage angst, you have the hijinks, you have the robot battles. It's a beautiful distillation of the fucking miracle that is Evangelion, and I adore this movie. If Oldboy ain't number 1, I'll shake my head. It's not number 1. It's not number 1. This is before Spirited Away. Oh shit. Okay, no, that was actually after Spirited Away, so my bad. Wait, when did Oldboy come out? No, wait, when did Spirited Away come out? I think that was a 90s movie. No, was that 2001? Spirited Away was 2001. I didn't realize that. Which means you have to push everything on this list down 1. I'm surprised there are no Satoshi Kon movies. Wait, when was Perfect Blue? Perfect Blue is 1997. And nothing turn of the millennia Satoshi Kon would be high enough to get on this. Perfect Blue. Like, okay, so if Perfect Blue was on this list, it would be above just about everything. But number 1 on this list, and I'm actually not expecting this one to be that controversial, but to the point that I think that it's kind of a boring pick in some ways. What I consider the best movie I have watched that came out in the last 25 years, or at least I would do if not for Spirited Away. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm gonna be real and say that this movie genuinely broadens my perspective on what is possible with movies. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. I fucking loved it more than I can possibly describe right now. It was a combination of so many things, and I've still only watched it once. I want to watch it again. I thought it was like one of the most hilarious movies I've ever seen, one of the most exciting, one of the most dramatic, one is just a movie that, like, it's a miracle movie that to me is a 10 in like every category. Like, there is no stone this movie leaves unturned. There is nothing this film left me wanting at all. And I've just never... I can think of individual movies. I can think of individual parts of other movies that I think are better than Everything Everywhere All at Once. I can't think of a single other movie from this century that does everything this movie does as hard as it does all at once. So, yeah, I love it. I think it's an incredible movie, and I adore it. Now, that said, if we're gonna really talk about it, the number 0... let me see where we are here. Look, this is just what it is, chat. The number 0 movie here is Spirited Away, okay? If you want me to point out one single movie, right? One single movie that changed my life, it was Spirited Away. It was absolutely Spirited Away. I am here right now doing this stream in part because I fucking watched Spirited Away, okay? I've told this story before, I'm gonna tell it now. When I went to see the number 3 greatest movie of the last 25 years, The Matrix Reloaded, me and a buddy got super stoned beforehand, and we went to see The Matrix Reloaded, and during that movie, Spirited Away's trailer played. And we were both just like, whoa, what the fuck is that, man? What kind of fucking drugs were those guys on when they made it? I later learned that they were not on drugs. Hayao Miyazaki would never. And so then, like, a couple of months later, it came out, and it became this in-joke with us. We're like, we're gonna go see Spirited Away. It's gonna be crazy, man. And I went to see that movie in the cinema, having no concept of what Studio Ghibli was, having no concept of Miyazaki, or having just not seen a lot of anime feature movies. And it genuinely, I think, rewrote part of my DNA. I walked out of that fucking movie different than I walked in. Okay? I was like a different person by the end of that screening because of the fucking just impact it had on me. It showed me so much about what art could be, that art, like, wasn't just this thing you watched or listened to, that art was this thing that could create fucking worlds that you could walk around in, you know? That's what Spirited Away is for me. It's still an incredibly beloved movie. I still adore watching it, and like, when I watch it now, the feeling I have is so strong that for a moment, there's parts of the movie that make me feel like that stoned 15-year-old. You know, there's parts of the movie that warp me back 20 years, and I'm just like, I am just in awe and just so that Spirited Away exists and I can watch it. And that ultimately, oh shit.